Let's be honest. People almost never admit this, but having no friends is not always an accident. Very often, it's the result of specific psychological patterns, ways of thinking, acting, and understanding the world that slowly push real connection away. This is not about being shy. It's not about being quiet. It goes much deeper than that. Here is what psychology says about people who walk through life alone, even when they don't want to. 1. They overthink almost every social moment. People who don't have many friends often think too much, especially about conversations. They replay every word in their head. Did I say that the right way? Did I look strange? Did they think I was boring? This comes from something called hyper-awareness. Your brain is always watching your own behavior, always checking how you look from the outside. It sounds intelligent, but in social life it becomes a problem, because when you are constantly analyzing, you can't relax. And people feel this tension. It creates distance, even when you want closeness. You don't mean to be cold. You don't want to look distant. You're just stuck inside your own head, observing yourself instead of connecting. The truth is simple. Your mind is working so hard to not make mistakes that you forget to be present. 2. They have a very low tolerance for fake people. You notice false laughter, attention-seeking, empty compliments, drama, and little social games that many people accept as normal. Psychology calls this high social awareness. It's a sign of strong emotional intelligence. But there is a dark side. When you see behind the mask, you stop playing the game. You don't pretend to be interested. You don't force small talk. You don't act impressed just to fit in. And in today's world, where many friendships sit on surface-level talk and quick validation, this honesty can isolate you. People mistake your silence for arrogance. They think your independence is pride. They see your calm face and read it as judgment. They don't avoid you because you're rude. They avoid you because your honesty makes their performance visible. 3. They are emotionally independent, sometimes too much. Many friendships are built on small needs, sharing feelings, asking for support, calling each other often, showing vulnerability. But people with few friends usually don't do this. They regulate emotions by themselves. They solve problems alone. They rarely ask for advice or help. In psychology, this is called emotional self-reliance. On paper, it looks like strength, and yes, it is strength. But when you never ask for help, when you always say, "I'm fine," when you never show emotional need, people feel like they have no place in your life. You don't push people away on purpose. You just give them no space to matter. And over time, they slowly stop trying. You're not unlikable. You're simply too self-contained. 4. They reject group mentality and follow their own mind. People who struggle with friendships often have a high level of individualism. They don't follow trends. They don't copy group behavior. They don't agree just to fit in. They don't like group pressure. Psychologists call this low social conformity. It makes you stand out. It makes you strong. But it also makes you an outsider. Most people bond through similarity. Same jokes, same opinions, same reactions, same habits. But when everyone laughs, you're thinking about the meaning of the joke. When everyone agrees, you're asking, why? When everyone follows, you step back and watch. This earns respect, quiet respect, but not closeness. Your difference protects your integrity, but it also keeps you alone. 5. They have trouble sharing emotions with others. This is a truth many people don't like to hear. Some people have trouble building friendships because they don't know how to show emotions in a way others can understand. They can support others with logic, but not with warmth. They care deeply, but they don't express it. Psychologists call this alexithymia, difficulty naming and expressing emotions. You feel emotions, but you process them privately. You think being reliable is enough. You think helping people is enough. But others need more. They want to feel seen, understood, valued. When they don't feel this emotional feedback, they slowly drift away. Not because you did something wrong, but because your emotional language is different from theirs. Here is the part almost nobody talks about. People without friends don't lose connection in one moment. It happens slowly, through hundreds of tiny patterns. Not replying quickly, not showing emotion, not pretending when everyone else pretends, not asking for help, thinking too much, seeing too much, feeling too much internally and too little externally. They become too aware, too independent, too honest, too different for a world that often runs on emotional noise. But here is the truth that matters. Having no friends does not mean you are broken. It means your mind values truth more than belonging. You don't fake connection. You don't change yourself to fit in. And because of that, you may walk alone, not because nobody understands you, but because very few people can match you. You don't need to change your personality, but you need to understand it. Because once you see how your traits shape your relationships, you stop asking, "Why don't I have friends?" and start realizing, not everyone is built to handle me. So, if this feels like you, tell your story in the comments. Your words might help someone who feels the same. This is the if verse, where your mind finally feels understood. Subscribe. There's so much more to explore. Thank you for watching.